Alright, welcome back to Roguetech and welcome back to Challenge Run, no tech, no mechs. So, we are at 23 mech tech, which means our salvage limit is up to heavies, scrapping anything above 45 tons that goes down, which is how we've managed to get our first two heavy mechs. And today we're going to spend the entire day, the entire episode in the Mechlab building things. So we're going to hold down control and click the down arrows so that the things that take longest are at the top. And we're just going to immediately spend 12 days because we have the money for it. Oh, cool. Machine shop is upgraded. I think my next priority is training modules. And then after that I'll work on some other stuff for morale and things. Give us some more resolve each mission. That means we need to click this up to 26. Yeah, I definitely need to adjust this for the next playthrough. Salvage limit of 85 tons. We are not even close to being maxed out on the mech bay. And especially if we were including technicians, then that needs to be fixed. But I'm happy to report that the widget that I'm tweaking, I'm working on right now implementing the ability to adjust the formula to your liking. So I'll have an update. This is going to be going live towards the end of October, so you'll probably already have an update, or will very shortly be getting an update of how and where you can get the widget for yourself. And all of its features. But for now, we're just going to go back to the mech bay. Oh no, that's right, we need to finish. We need to finish doing stuff. So 8 more days on the Crusader. I was curious if this event was going to pop while I was running this campaign. Yeah, no tech, no mechs. Obviously, we have to give funding to the mech techs. Sorry, guys. Scrub is now rebellious. Sorry. But that +4 tech bonus, that's hilarious. Yep. No techs, no mechs. So, that actually bumps us up to 30, which is 95 tonners that we can salvage. And it protects even our Legionnaire from going down and being scrapped. As well as our Shadowhawk and Wolverine. Cool. In any case, alright. Crusader is done. Wolverine is done. So I can now, or not Wolverine, Legionnaire. So I can now go pull the 7-ton hatchet off of the Legionnaire. It is now getting downgraded to a 4-ton hatchet. And it's losing the TSM because it no longer requires it as long as we drop the bolt-on tandem rockets. So we now have a successful 2-handing 4-ton hatchet. Beautiful. What can we actually put in that specialist slot? Obviously other rockets that aren't as heavy. But ooh, thermal vision. Definitely thermal vision. We don't really do heat damage, actually. So, since we don't do heat damage with the Legionnaire, it'll get the thermal vision Mark 1, I think. Ooh, actually. Hold on. I am dropping this stuff. Yeah, go ahead and do that. And then we're going to spend the time to get the Shadowhawk up, because I think, if memory serves, Shadowhawk, shift-click to put it at the top. 1 day. Yep. And I believe the Shadowhawk is running AMS bolt-on. Yes, it is. So we can now give it, since it does do heat damage, we can give it the oh, there it is. I was very confused for a second. Alright, so we're going to give it the thermal vision. Yeah. Thermal vision Mark III. Very nice. It does have so much unused tonnage when it comes to carry weight, though. but it does use the TSM to get the extra damage. So I feel like that's fine. I wish there was something we could do. I mean, surely there's gotta be something that we can use, and just when we punch, it doesn't get used, right? Like if we give it, no, it won't. It can't handle the battle rifle. But if we give it like the sniper rifle, no, sniper rifle wants you to not move. That's what all the recoil accuracy change, blah blah blah. It wants you to move very, very little. So if we give it like the grenade gun and a firebomb, in theory it should be able to still punch. It just can't shoot the weapon in that hand while it punches, I think. Oh, nope, never mind. Handheld, no arm melee. Nope. Wow, there's really nothing we can do with that then, huh? Huh. Okay. We could give it the gyro double plus. Gyro defense double plus. Does it move fast enough? I don't think it moves fast enough to really benefit from the max evasion. So a gyro defense single plus would be better. And we could actually give it lower melee. Increase the accuracy of its punches. But that would require finding more tonnage and all of that. No, I think that's probably good. This is, yeah, it takes a ton. I don't really want to split the punches more. We already have 2 that can breach cockpits. So before yeah, I'll do this. I will do this. So we go back to the Legionnaire. And the Legionnaire, I believe, should be capable of... Oh, it's going to be under weapons. Mounting the bolt-on AMS. Nope. That's 3 tons. If I drop the AMS flare, it's still over by 1. Alright. So we have 1 ton. I mean, I guess I could just go for 1 ton. 0.5. Oh, here we go. Bolt-on tandem rack 10. Yeah, we could do that. Or we could go advanced optics. We don't need the Beagle Probe because we have the Warfare Suite. We can use... Okay. We're dropping the Warfare Suite. Oof. They're so heavy. Okay, we're going to drop the upper armored as well. Yeah, they are so heavy. Huh. Well... The Beagle Probe extended is 2-ton carry capacity. So we'd have to drop the AMS flare if we wanted to use it as well. Okay, scratch that for now. Maybe we use the arm actuator system on the Excalibur. Yeah. Okay, here we go. What do we want to do here? First things first. We want to give it... It already has fire control risk, which also gives it breaching shot in addition to the breaching shot quirk, but it gives 1 evasion ignore as well. So we don't necessarily need to do anything with that. We will definitely give it a Gyro XL. Core. So for a 70 tonner, right, I wanted a 280 core. And we do not have a 280 core. Okay. We'll figure that out. Oh yeah, and we do have the, before I forget. Let's go vehicle bay, yellow jacket, and we are going to drop in place of the bomb inferno mines. We will save that for a VTOL that has more, and we're going to give it the anti-air arrow. So it has a streak arrow that will do 20 through armor damage to a location. Just pinpoint, if the enemy VTOL that gets hit has 20 or less structure in whatever location gets hit, it goes down. That is potentially a one-shot kill on many, many types of mission. We also actually have a plasma rifle now. So we could also bring the heat. Is that more valuable than the PPC just doing PPC things? I'm pretty sure we cannot use, we cannot use a PPC that is hotter than the pirate plasma cannon that it usually has. Also, weird. Whatever. Whatever. I don't feel like going with anything other than the PPC is going to be as useful because, just the PPC debuff is very helpful. Unless, can we use the LBX large laser? Yes, we can. Okay. So, this would make this a specifically great anti-air unit that then gets bonuses against overheating targets on the ground. I don't feel like that's as versatile as just having a PPC. So, we're going to keep it like that. Our hunter's done. Finally. The hunter that has Inferno and Deadfire SRMs and machine gun tracer ammo. So it can help overheat a little bit, but it's primarily there to do damage and then crit. And back to the mech bay. What do I want to do with this? The gyro compact is actually pretty useful for freeing up the center torso so that I can put more interesting things in. How many clan XLs do I have? I currently have 2 clan XLs. Well, you better believe they're Well then. Yep, that tracks. 2.5 million. How about the Crusader? Clan XL is... Oh, it's already got an XL, actually. Okay. Huh. This is interesting. It has an XL. If it goes down because the XL pops, we have to scrap it. But I'm fine with that. It's definitely better than spending 2 million C-bills. Just putting an XL to replace the XL, that's slightly safer. Mind you, if one side goes down and we get a single crit on the engine, the XL clan still goes down. It's just slightly safer. Anyway. So, this 65 tonner. Right now it has a double heatsink kit. I'm fine with that. Okay. We give it TSM. Right now it has very little movement. We could use the sniper rifle, actually. No. It has 3 missile hardpoints. And a lot of tonnage that we can use for armor and melee fun. So, let's do that. Upper spiked, upper spiked. Clan Pharaoh, so it has case. Drop the case, drop the case. Clan Pharaoh, so it has case. Although, actually, that doesn't really matter, because if we have case on the side torso and the side torso pops, it still dies. And since our missile hardpoints are in the legs, it's actually not great. So, usually you want to keep your distance with stealth armor. But stealth armor, especially basic stealth, can also just help a melee mech get close without getting shredded. It requires a slot in the arm. That's fine. Also, we're missing a heatsink. Yeah, that engine core's gotta go. Alright. I was gonna see if, like, something could be done, but no. Let's see, 65, 130, 260 is 4, and then 325 would be 5. And we'd have to get to 385, 390 to get to 6. Because with the 375 engine, we're at 5.8. Okay, I have a crazy, crazy idea. What engine cores are available in the store? Engine cores. Also, SR MkIIs. We need those. We are running low on SR MkIIs. Okay. Not the engine cores I was looking for. I don't really see a point to having a 3-shot AC-20 slot. I have plenty of everything else. Plenty of everything else. Yeah, plenty of everything else. Okay. Okay, so with the cores we have, the best we can do is 5 move. Which 325 gets us there. 320 is just shy, so we'll go 330. There we go, 5.7. With a melee mech, again, we care more about the move than the sprint, because the move is how far we can go between targets. And obviously, because the 65-tonner only has a total of 6.5, we need to give it TSM. I'm going to drop the case, because case on its own, especially with XL engines, doesn't really do much. We'll come back to electronic warfare after we sketch out what we're doing with the rest of it. I am tempted to go stealth. You know what? Full stop. We're going stealth. For now, that can just chill there. Lower melee weapon. Lower melee weapon. We are going... We'll see how our slots versus tonnage looks. Oh, we actually don't need the external heat sinks. Alright. Cockpit clan, most definitely. We are going to give it the stealth armor. Ah, but that takes... Oh, that's unfortunate. The stealth armor takes a fixed slot in each leg, and that's where our missile weapons are. So that means instead of SR M6s or Streak 6s, we would be limited to SR M4s or Streak 4s. Unless we have... Is a Clan 6? We don't have a Clan 6 to look. Yeah. So... we would be restricted to 4s. The Streak 10 is 3 slots, so we can't even use it with this build. Oh, hello. Okay. I know exactly what I'm doing. Excalibur, give me that gyro. Gimme. Yeah, as soon as we put an engine core in this, which I don't want to do quite yet, we'll be able to fit all of this as is. But that compact gyro lets us use a much better missile weapon for the Sitter Torso. Beautiful. Now it's coming together. Okay. Internals. First thing we're doing is, well, while I'm already here, do that. Do that while I'm there. Compact gyro. Now we have 4 slots for a missile weapon in the Sitter Torso. That is very helpful. If we go stealth, we can only use like Streak 4s in the legs. Right, engine core is what I was going for. 330, because the 325 is what we would be shooting for exactly 5. So we got 5 move. Drop the case. Case 2 would be relevant, because it would prevent an, ammo explosion from killing the mech. But we don't have case 2. Okay. I don't know about the streaks, but let's briefly... Right, the TSM and the hatchet. And I'm kind of tempted to split the hatchet damage. This increases the damage by 10% and the stability by 1%. And it adds 1 extra hit roll, but spreads the damage 50-50. That does mean back strikes are more likely to hit back rather than arm or leg. It also means if it hits arm and leg, we might not actually get a significant chunk of damage where we need it, but that's fine. That is completely fine. Yeah, we'll come back to electronic warfare after we look through here for missile weapons. Specifically... No, that's 7 slots. But we can fit the Streak M10. That is a big upgrade. The Clan LRM-20 would do roughly the same damage, actually. With the damage variation plus or minus 1.7, it means if we get a low roll, then we could potentially be doing 40 damage. That said, it is lighter. No, it's not. Because the Streak MRM ammo only gets used if we hit. So, even though it's lighter per damage point, the amount of ammo we would have to carry is much higher. Nice. So, we could use a risk MML5. If we were going to use a risk MML5, the Clan 20 would be interesting. Do we even have Clan LRM ammo? Probably not. I don't remember picking any up. We have LRM Artemis. No. Not a single bin. Alright. Well, while we're here, we might as well look at Ammo Streak MRM. Beautiful. So that gives us 24 hits with the Streak MRM 10. Cool. In addition to that, I can't wait to slap that MRM 40 into something. In addition to that, we have the 2 leg hard points. Huh. Again, we're looking at LRMs as our most... Not even most new... We don't have very many missile weapons at all. But we do have, at present, and we're also going to drop the improved heavy jump jets. I want to save those for once I can actually make a crazy jumper. We do have an SRM 6 and an SRM 4. So that's SRM 10. And we can put some spicy ammo, like acid, to shoot as we're approaching to soften it up for when we hit it with our axe, or hatchet. SRM Deadfire, for if we really want to do damage. And that's 20 rounds. This is not a heat build. We are not doing heat damage with this. We are just doing raw damage. And the thing that will help do raw damage is acid first, then Deadfire for increased damage. Along with the streak. As far as support goes, I don't even think... And I would consider putting LK as well, if we had 2 6s instead of this. But it's fine. We could put an AMS in the head, actually. Oh. We don't have an AMS? Really? I mean, we have the bolt-on... Oh, we have 2 bolt-on AMSs. Well, that's a way to use all of the carry capacity. I am still curious if we can add extra ammo to the bolt-on AMSs by just putting AMS ammo in it, and I am absolutely willing to try. So if the bolt-on AMSs show 800 shots, that means we can add AMS ammo, which is amazing. We could actually also add the AMS counter missile. Just make it so that we can completely invalidate a missile-based build. Right. Also, max armor. Nice. So that would be an extra ton to just be able to completely invalidate missile builds. At least in like duels and, you know, 1 lance versus 1 lance kind of battles. If there's enough missiles coming in, this is not adequate. I mean, I can't think of any other bolt-ons or, like, we don't need advanced zoom or advanced optics. This is a get in your face and smash things. And we're not going stealth because of the leg limitations. So, that brings us to... What are we doing? I mean, right now we're great on slots. I will go with Sensor Recon. Why not? Let's see, what else do we have? Ah, Electronic Warfare. We want an Angel ECM. We want a Beagle Probe. That we have the best ability possible, and because of that, do need to save a little bit more tonnage, but that's fine. Like, that is completely fine. Because we do have Indo. There it is. Do we have enough slots for just regular Indo? I mean, we're not going to be putting much else in here, so why not? And right now we have nothing giving us night vision, so I'm going to give it a fire control improved. Fire control improved, right there. So we now have night vision, the best ECM you can get, the best probe you can get. Well, actually I think Bloodhound is better, but one of the best probes you can get. And that, oh yeah, upper spike we're going to put on both arms. Heck yeah. This is going to be a melee behemoth. I honestly would love to have Case 2 as, like, the last thing. Also, we don't need that double heatsink, like, at all. So that's 3 more slots we have to work with. I wonder... Okay, I'm not going to put the Indo yet. And I will hold off on the Streak Launcher and the SRM4. It's going to take 15 days. My goal is, once it's ready in this shape, we are going to pull the reactive armor off. If I'm not mistaken, reactive is the one that reduces missile damage, which is hilarious. Like, this will be completely impervious to missiles. We also have -1 recoil, but unless we're using the arms to shoot, that's not very relevant at all. I could also give it the emergency coolant system. We don't have a way to activate the TSM. And we generate basically no heat. If we're using a streak 10... If we're using a streak 10, then... it's not ideal. Okay. What am I looking for? An MRM 30, I believe, is 5 slots. So MRM 20 would be the biggest, just act like regular MRM we could stick in. I believe. MRM 20 would still be better than a Streak 10. And then we actually could incorporate heat into this build if we really wanted to. Because we do have the MRM Incendiary. That or just stability. The MRM Solid Slug, hit him with melee, and then just unload with an MRM 20 into its back. If they don't die, they get knocked. Prevents them from meleeing us back. Pretty good. ATMs would also be somewhat interesting if possible. Yeah, there's a lot we could do. But I definitely want at least SRM 10, preferably SRM 12 or higher. I definitely want the bolt-on AMSs. The electronic warfare, absolutely. And I would like a way to generate heat, but that's probably asking a bit much unless we manage to get a really hot missile system in here. There's also the chance we could get, I don't know, some kind of interesting armor that increases heat generation. Something like that. I don't know. But yeah, we don't need the extra sight and sensors range. We're literally just running the sensor recon for the increased ECM. Can't use the arms alongside the TSM. Yeah. I wonder if... Okay, so 7-ton hatchet base is 0.5 damage per attacker ton. So 35 would be... or 65 would be 32.5. And I believe that's on top of the base 84. So we're at 119.5. And then we get an extra 10% and an extra 20%? No, 0.2 per attack. Okay. So let's do this calculation again. We got 0.5, 0.7, 0.9, assuming it works that way. Which means we're up to, let's just say 60 for easy rounding. That puts us at 144, plus 14, so 158. And then it splits it twice, or into two. So that's about 80. Just ballparking. Per instance. That is enough to breach any cockpit, but it's also enough to completely strip the rear armor from a side torso of a heavy mech. So we could potentially open the entire back, even if it hits two different sides. But again, it will be a lot less pinpoint, so we won't be able to just like rip an arm off with one swing. That's fine. I would prefer the consistency because we are getting to the point where this 7-ton hatchet will not one-shot kill anything. Even if we hit a 65, 70 tonner in the back and hit just the side torso, there's a chance that we don't kill, even if it has an XL engine. So having it split in two will help us reliably hit one of the side torsos or the center torso with it, and then we can potentially finish them off with our missile weapons. Okay. I'm happy with this build thus far, and that is where we will leave it for now. Also, the acid will help, especially if we can get more SRMs flying. Stacks up to 60 times, so at max stacks, we're increasing it by 24% damage taken. Which then means this hatchet, each hit will do 100 damage plus. That's nice. That's nice. And then the option to switch to Deadfire, where we'll have bonus ammo, or bonus damage of 10.6 base with 4.4 damage variation. So on average, just 2 higher. But if we really high roll, we can do some insane damage with that. And obviously, the range doesn't matter when you're meleeing. So, basically, we're firing this at distance, and then once we get close, we're firing that. Simple as that. Nothing else to think about. And I think that's all we really have to put on this mech right now. And then we can figure out how to deal with the additional tonnage and everything. I will actually bring the armor in the back down a little bit. There we go. Just to have a nice round, or not round, but like, you know what I mean. 0.5 increment. Validate, that's 15 days. Awesome. So now we're going to make the Excalibur into a shooty mech. It has breaching shot. It has right arm and left arm that both have a ballistic hardpoint, and then it has missile hardpoints. This, I think I do want to give a smaller core to. Especially if I'm making it a long-range sniper. So instead of a 280 core, which we don't currently have, we could go for 210. That gives us 3-5 move and sprint. We would need to take up 3 slots with an external heatsink. This case 2 is going to go... Okay, hold up. I'm not going to stop work on the Crusader, but that case 2 is going in the Crusader, so we don't have to worry about the ammo popping. Sweet. Validate that. Alright. So, as with all other mechs in this weight range, we have to decide whether we want the tonnage saved by going with the 240 core or the slots saved by going with the 250 core. So for now, we'll go 250 and we'll see where we end up. Also, this is definitely going to be advanced optics. So we have bonus zoom, ranged accuracy up to 150 meters, and or we could actually go Advanced Zoom Mark II. Yeah, that's way better. Advanced Zoom Mark II, and then we're going to go Beagle Probe Extended, because that is going to allow us to not use any slots or tonnage for night vision or probe. And we're going to give it a Guardian ECM. Nice and easy. Okay. I'm going to move the Clan Laser Amos because I think this will be our stealth build. It's just basic stealth. Actually, I might... Let's see how ridiculous we can get as far as just armoring up and doing crazy damage. So, armor up on the front all the way. Now then, if I'm not mistaken, we got a double bin of Gauss ammo. Yep, no. 3 bins. Okay. So we have 3 bins of Gauss ammo. 1, 2, 3. That lets us run both the Clan Gauss Rifle and the Gauss Rifle North Storm if we can make it work. This is a massive amount of crit chance. We have both AoE crit as well as pinpoint crit. We can save tonnage if we go with this, with the XL gyro. Actually, I think I'd rather run, since we have the Radical Kit and the Emergency Coolant System, the Clan ER PPC. So we will need additional cooling, but that's fine. We were always going to need to put additional heat sinks, most likely. And then we still have missile hardpoints open. And another ballistic hardpoint. So we are at 900 meters there, 840 meters there. So 720 meters is actually a little bit lighter than I'd like. 600 is definitely too short. I mean, LB5, that is interesting. It does bring some crit. And it isn't too heavy. That does introduce... Oh, medium pulse laser can get out of there. That does introduce us, though, to ammo explosions. Right now, the only thing that can pop is the Gauss rifle. And I think I'd like to keep it that way. So we can have a shield side until we're able to install the Clan XL engine. Which I think is a good idea. Then we can use the energy hardpoint in the center torso. Oh, we also have the LBX logo. Okay. For now, I'll sketch this out and I'll come back to that idea. Okay, so this would be very, very hot. But we'd have 50 damage pinpoint, 75 damage pinpoint, 75 damage pinpoint. 200 damage in 3 pretty decently chunky shots. And then we just have to cool it. That said, cooling is going to be tricky. So the radical will kick in whenever we're above 90% heat. And drop 25 heat per turn. Emergency coolant system will kick in when we're above 120% heat and cool another 25 heat per turn. So we actually don't need that many double heat sinks. So that gives us 2 double heat sinks there. And we're currently at 39 heat delta. So definitely 2 more. So now we're at 27 heat delta. Alright, 21 heat delta means that we would fire, generate 21 heat or more in a hot biome. Probably kick on the radical heatsink kit with just 1 alpha strike. And then that would cool 25 heat, meaning our next shot would lose 4 heat instead of generating heat. Is that enough? Also, I think this is like the perfect build for the arms. Oh wait, that's right, they're in internals. We finally get to use it! And it's +1 accuracy, -1 recoil for same location. And then melee. So we just use the 1. Gauss rifle has no recoil, but that's fine. +1 accuracy is cool. We could also go for the shotgun build. Gauss rifle North Storm instead of the Clan Gauss rifle. The LBX laser. That is interesting. But no, I'm gonna lean towards this. We're gonna see how this goes. Actually, I think the Beagle probe is better off on this side. And then the shield side will have the Advanced Zoom Mark II. So 900 meters, 900 meters, 840 meters. Alright. And then that still leaves us with 1.8, which we can definitely armor up back and will. But first, I just want to look and see if there's anything else. Again, fire control, risk, the evasion ignore. It's pretty good. Especially when we have like no jam chance on anything, so there's no need to have gunnery over evasion ignore. Injury resist, bonus guts and tactics. Armored cowl, so it's a little bit safer. Nice. Risk sensors is just 2 additional sensors. So I think I will go Sensors Recon Clan. Gives us 10% sight and sensors, 3 to sensor detection, and the 1 extra ECN. So that's good. Is there anything else at all? We have patchwork if we cared. The cooling pods, again, I'm going to save for using the Doom kit. Which I may completely change this build and use the Clan AR PPC with the Doom kit build, but I want to use the Radical and the emergency cooling. It's pretty cool. So it lets us build a little hotter and see how that goes. I mean, for testing purposes, before we put on the Clan XL, I think I will just put 1 extra double heatsink in there. And then use the last 0.82 to armor up back. Something like that. Again, if somebody's getting behind us, we have bigger problems to worry about. But we have a shield side that we can basically sacrifice. I could even put Gauss ammo in each leg, along with the Guardian CM, and move one of the heat sinks. Oh wow, the laser AMS. Okay. So we're not actually generating that much heat from just alpha striking. It's only if the laser AMS is going off. Huh. So do I drop the laser AMS and give it a tag? That sounds like a good idea. Tagger. Alright, so that last ton is for a tag. We're going to test it like that. Because we are currently heat neutral. Do I want to push it a little bit further? Somehow. We also have 2 binary lasers. Huh. Huh. We'd have to drop the Gyro XL to put one in the center torso. Plus 100% crit chance. It's not as long range as the Clan AR PPC. And it's heavier. It does do more damage, but it also has no recoil. So we can put a Mechwarrior in here that doesn't have recoil reduction. That leaves us still overcooling. So we'll try that. The binary laser has multiple fire modes. We'll see. Ah, wait, it has damage fall off. Never mind. Damage falls off to 50%, so it's only 40 damage at 720 meters. So no, let's get that clan PPC back in there. Alright. At 12 heat delta should be fine, though. What would I do with 3 tons? Well, again, 1 ton will go to a tag. So I'm pretty sure tags have... Or is it just 600 meters? Again, I'm not really interested in introducing ammunition until I see what the heat looks like with this. And there is still the option of going with the LBX large laser and the Gauss rifle North Storm. Huh. Which would actually let us use even less heat sinks. It doesn't have damage fall off, does it? No. Makes us more accurate. Less pinpoint, but that's interesting. And then we have slot for the tag. And we're actually overcooling. Oh, wow. So, yeah. Heat delta of 5. So, tag or something. And then once we add the XL engine, the Clan XL engine would allow us to add an extra 7 tons of LRMs, basically. I like it. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Sure. Sounds good to me. So we've got max range 900, max range 6. That's... I keep finding reasons to go back to my good old Clan PPC. I'm trying really hard to not favor it because I know how much I, generally tend to go for Clan PPCs and PPCs and heavy PPCs. I know that it's my favorite weapon system. I love the EMP. It's fun. But it's just so good. And we just... Yeah, if we're not going with the LB... Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to the tried and true Gauss rifle, Clan PPC, Clan large. It works. Heat efficiency, we're back to 24 delta. So we'll go back to putting in another double heat sink there. Toss the Gauss ammo there. And another double heat sink there. So we have a heat delta of 12. So one more brings us to 6. And then we'll slot in... Yeah, we'll... Actually, we might just drop it like this. I could... Nah, it's fine. It's fine. I'd have to spend a day and C-bills to put it in the side torso because it was originally in the center torso. So, might as well drop it, see what the heat looks like without. And then, yeah. In 23 days, we will figure out where we can drop that and see how it goes. Legionnaire, I'm still very happy with it having the Warfare Suite. Wow, it's had an XL engine this whole time, and it's been opened so many times and hasn't exploded yet. Good job. Well done, Legionnaire. I'm gonna give it a lower melee and try to save a half ton. Oh, I know how I can save a half ton. Engine heatsink removal -4. Along with 6 more slots worth double heatsinks. That actually, stacking them on this arm means that if the arm gets crit, it might hit a double heatsink instead of something I actually care about. And we still got 4 left. Nice. So there we go. Engine heatsink removal -4 actually frees up the other half ton I need to give it the other lower melee. So, +1 accuracy there. And then we still have the 1 ton that's just unresolved. We have a lot of half-ton bolt-ons, but just the 1 1-ton. So I guess we'll go with just the 1 1-ton. That's fine. Tandem's good. Reduced accuracy, but doing damage through armor is great. Especially if we, like, take off an arm. Or don't even take off an arm. This only has a base of 73 damage. And then increased with the lower melees. You know, I should give it the other lower melee weapon. Well... Oh, it's actually heavier. Huh. But no, I'll keep some lower melee weapons as spares. Cool. Yep, that'll do. Nice. So, we're gonna kick... I mean, we actually have enough to travel right now. But we're on a system that... Yeah, we're on an electronic system, so I definitely want to stick around for one more financial reward. And the Wolvie is just amazing. I love it. Love it. Nothing else to say. The Dreadnought Gyro, the Combat Shield, the Rack 10 is a good Wolvie. Yep. I could also build the Huron Warrior. So this is what I was thinking with the Huron Warrior. Repair it. Give it an engine core that's decent for its tonnage, so... I mean, 250 would be 5.7. 275, I'm pretty sure is 5.8. 300 would be excessive. And since this is going to be a shooting mech, it doesn't really care that the extra hex from the 275 core is a sprint instead of move. I would definitely need to give it an XL engine to help it carry that heavy of a core for its tonnage. So we're already at 1.7 million. But this is what I was thinking whenever I was looking at this previously. We have 3 plasma rifles. 1, 2, 3. We have a double bin and a single bin of plasma ammo. We can make a very fun triple plasma mech. Does 150 damage, basically pinpoint, 36 heat, with the heat damage the heat damage variation of 6 either way. So on average, we'll be doing 36 heat. But if we roll, basically crit roll, if we max on all 3 of them, we're doing, I think, 72? Wait, 18, 36, 54. Man, I was off. 8, 16, 24. Yeah, 54. Math. Yeah, obviously, if we're doing this, we would be running... Oh, wait, are these capable of being handled by just a double heatsink kit? Yes, absolutely. No problem. Huh. What if I built this as a stealth mech? I mean, obviously I could just, max armor. But this is a standalone successful weapon system, I think. Especially if we give it a fire control, energy, accuracy. So just +1 accuracy with all of the weapons it has. Thermal vision, definitely. Also, night vision. The no visual penalty, I'm pretty sure this does negate night vision penalties. Like if you don't have night vision, as long as you're within 100 meters. So advanced optics isn't just night vision for anyone anymore, it's now only night vision for short range. Which makes sense. Okay. Oh, we could even use the other arms. +1 accuracy here. Although that is a lot of tonnage, just for +1 accuracy. 1.5 tons to give +1 accuracy to 2/3 of the plasma cannons. And we still don't have any kind of electronic warfare at all. Like, none. But we very much could just go, passive sensors. Emergency coolant system +1. Be able to handle just about any hot biome. It's not fast enough to give it the gyro defense. If we gave it stealth, and if we gave it the IFF jammer, and then if we gave it a Guardian ECM, which we do not currently have, this would be the build. Obviously, if we had a cockpit upgrade that did something for it, we would. But we don't. But this could theoretically be the build. am I content with that? No. I'm going to save the stealth stuff until I have a very fast medium mech. Running like a 400 core in a 50 tonner. And I'm going to make it a filthy little long range energy boat. Just a bunch of like Clannier mediums or whatever, just disco mech stealth. Fun times. But yeah, get a Guardian ECM, and this is basically the build. And then, you know, armor upgrade, just Pharaoh, or Clan Pharaoh even. Max out the armor. All the front armor maxed out. Yeah. So we'd have to use the Clan Pharaoh, but there you go. And then a little bit more back armor. There you go. And the benefit of the Clan Pharaoh is also that if the plasma rifles explode, can plasma rifles not explode anymore? Alright, that's fine. I'm actually going to commit to this. I like it. The more I look at it, the more I like it. Ah, we already used the Beagle probe. I mean, I could even just go with thermal mass. Just to work with the emergency coolant system. Or... ah, that's better. How many tons do I have? 4.9? Do we have a 4-ton bolt-on incendiary? No. We do have a 4.5-ton bolt-on tandem. That's kind of fun. Tandem 15 times 3. Or just rocket 20 times 2. We have a 6-ton bolt-on for bolt-on incendiary rockets. 20 times 3. Is there a way I could get that? I don't think so. I don't think I have any way other than TSM, and I don't think I have any TSM left. Also, what would a mask weigh? 2.5. Really? Huh. .5 tons. Interesting. Maybe downgrade the engine. Oh, it's still 5.8 at 270. 240 is too small to have the +1 engine heatsink tonnage. Actually 275 is the first where it can have the emergency cooling system. Very well. Yeah, I'll leave the mask out. I'm just going to wait till I have a Guardian ECM, but until that time, I will toss just a regular ECM in. And in 17 days, that's ready to drop. Nice. Okay. We have now spent all of our money. The Centurion I will build sooner or later. I do like Centurions. I just don't know what to do with it yet. It has obviously a propensity for ammo, weapons, missiles, ballistics. I just haven't thought, and I haven't decided what I want to do with it. Like, we have some really interesting ballistics. I want to save the Rack 5 for a heavy melee build. Again, we have so many gladiators, I kind of want to have a lot of melee builds. But we'll come back to the Centurion once we have more money and more time. For now, though, we're going to hold down Control and click the other one. So now everything that has 1 day left is first. We'll bump the Legionnaire to the top with shift-click. And I think Roaster as well. And then everyone else... Pitbull's important as well. So... yeah, in 2 days we have, like, most of the most important things. There we go. So we're going to wait 2 days. 1, 2, pause. There we go. We have Shadowhawk, Wolverine, Clint, and... oh, the Wasp. We finished the Wasp. So this is the Wasp rebuild that I finally finished. It has, instead of the rocket pack that it did have, where it could just unload 50 rockets in 1 turn, or 10 rockets for 5 turns, it has 2 rocket 5s, an incendiary rocket 15, a medium laser, and a machine gun with a quarter bin of ammo, accompanying a tag and remote sensor mines, as well as the tandem rocket pack that it can bolt on. So, it's ready to try to do something initially, and then continue just kind of being a support, tagging things, and trying to crit them and shoot them with the laser. I don't like it nearly as much as the old build, but it's fine. It'll work. Good enough. We have the Hunter, Pitbull, and Yellow Jacket ready to drop, and we still have this battle armor that I don't really like. Do we have, like, at least a battle armor tag now? Did I get tag? No. Light rifle, cutting torch. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff, but not a tag, not a laser. Like, everything is limited ammo. I hate it. Oh well. And I think that will do it for today. That's been your episode of Roguetech. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, have a good one.